What's up, guys? I got another video for you. Today we're going to be looking at Dark Souls 3. I recently installed it because actually I wasn't even thinking about it, but someone here on YouTube brought it to my attention. And I said, you know what? I meant to get that game and never had a chance to. And so I saw an opportunity to pick it up for 15 bucks. And so I did. Now I had this game before, but it was the pirated version. So it was not updatable, and I got it so many years ago, probably the day it came out, just to test it, see if it worked and everything with my old system, which was the Razer Edge Pro, that old gaming 10-inch gaming tablet. And it worked well on there, but just had to decrease a lot of settings in order to get it to work. Here we won't have that problem too tough. I've already come up with a specific settings for this game, but I just wanted to show you guys how it plays and if it's worth picking up this device specifically for this game. Let's see if it loads in full screen. Yep, I don't know why it didn't do that originally, but I guess it automatically will do it. So this is the second time running the game. I did run it the first time, messed around with it for a little bit so I can find the best settings. And let me hit the light. Still got a light on, but this should be seeable. I need to figure out how to aim this in a way where you guys can see it and I can see the screen too. I think this is the exact position here. Alright, so let me show you guys some settings here. Got the FPS counter up top. Hopefully it's clear enough. So the first thing I would recommend in terms of settings, I'm going to go to, you want to make sure you put the resolution at 1280 by 800. All right. Unfortunately, this does not have a VSync option. I was going to turn that off because even when I put everything on the lowest settings, I can't get past 60, which means it's pretty much locked on VSync. But I had to turn a lot of things down to medium, and not because the game couldn't run good on higher settings. It runs fine on max settings, but it does have some dips, and dips are no bueno, especially when you're playing this type of game there, where you know, any kind of dips in FPS randomly could potentially end with you getting stabbed in the back. So just copy my settings here. I got everything on. We got pretty much anti-aliasing I took off, SSAO I put on medium, but it's actually not necessary. I'll leave it on medium though. There's a lot of settings that don't mess with the performance at all. The things that cause the dips I noticed are SSAO, shadows, reflections, and motion blur. And I turned all of those off. Now, you should get a solid 60 with these settings. Just copy those. And then you can work it from there because it does dip down here and there when you have long distance stuff. I'll show you what I mean. Like at the very beginning, I'm gonna just start a new game. We're gonna make it to the boss, and then if I could survive long enough to do it. Okay, I wish my camera would stop auto-focusing. So I'm going to put it in a position where I could see the screen, otherwise I'm going to be dying very easily. And focus it from there, yeah, okay. This is a good position for me. Alright, so we're just going to go to finalize creation. Oh yeah, you got to put your name, okay. And I can't really see the keyboard. Wonderful. I'm going to put RRRR. Oh, by the way, the keyboard, from the distance of your thumbs, if you have long fingers like me, is very reachable. You can reach everything pretty much. So if you're playing MMOs or anything like that where you got to quickly press an extra key for extra buttons, you won't have any issues with that. And that's big considering that this is the oversized bin box controllers. It's not the regular one. So, and I could still reach all the way here, you know, fast-paced. Yeah, I think I screwed it up when I did the whole interchangeable. Yeah, I would recommend turning off the accelerometer because it kind of causes games to bug out because it's confused about the resolution when you turn it sideways like that. As you saw, it just crashed because of that. Every game has strange behavior when you start changing I mean, obviously you're not going to normally do that, but I really don't see what use the accelerometer would have otherwise. But I leave it on because there are some arcade games that you can play like Space Invader style and take the Joy-Cons off and do something like that, but it's really unnecessary. Alright, let's get straight to it. Sorry about that. Okay, let's do a new game because I want to start from the very beginning so I can show you guys the performance.
Yes, indeed.
We're going to back out here. Okay, and then press the focus button. Okay, and hopefully you guys will be able to see it and I can see the screen so I can do things without dying completely. I just put any random freaking name just to create the character, and I'll show you guys some gameplay. Alright, so this is with the settings that I gave you, this is what you'll see. Everything basically 60 FPS, right? But for some reason, in this particular area, it dips down, you see? To like 50. And you can get it if you put everything on lower settings, it'll still dip down a little bit when you're looking far. So that has to do with draw distance, which is pretty obvious because when you turn this way, it doesn't have that. Further in the level, it doesn't have that, but it seems to render all of this stuff all the way down there, and it drops. But that's the only time you'll see any drops, and that's fixable by just looking down, actually. Other than that, you should see a solid 60 FPS. And that's why I wanted to start it at the beginning, because I wanted to show you guys that. Other than that, you'll be with a solid 60 FPS with these settings, and you won't have to worry about that. I did make it to the boss before, and there was no drops, but that's what I wanted to demonstrate on video. I thought that there might be drops because the boss transforms and does all that crap, but I at least made it to his transformation and died, so I didn't actually beat him because I'm not that good in this game. But hopefully my camera doesn't keep veering off while I'm trying to survive. Oh shit, what's the roll button? There we go. Roll, you bastard. Alright, so let me get this out of the way. I'm not a Demon Souls / Dark Souls master. I've played this game particularly, of all of them, and played it once, and it was the pirated version, like I said. So I see an item here, taking it. Good morning, sir. What? Come on, I need to survive. I need to make it to the boss, guys. I don't need nothing chasing me, okay? I'm just trying to survive in this world. Everyone knows you're afraid of water, right? Yes. I was banking on that one. Hopefully he doesn't follow me. Oh, I've been shot at. Oh, sorry guys, the camera went out. Okay, focus back. Okay. But yeah, I'm not master of Demon Souls, and I do notice that the screen keeps veering down and unfocusing, and I'm really sorry about that, guys. But on usual broadcasts, on usual recordings, when I try to show gameplay, I'm actually not looking at the screen. I'm looking at the camera, and as you know, that's a delay with that, and you can get screwed up pretty badly doing that in this type of game. So I'm just trying to make it to the first boss so we can see. But as you can see, it is playable. It mostly stays at 60. Even looking at this is 60. but for some reason that distance at the beginning, I don't know why, it does dip down in that area, which leads me to believe that it may do that, dip down at least randomly 10 FPS with these settings, under more stressful areas, I guess I would say. I mean, I haven't beat this game. I don't have a save where I'm checking out different levels. This is just a basic way for you to understand whether or not you can play the game. And yeah, you can, but you gotta be willing to deal with some FPS drops. Okay, let's get this guy. Yes, so far it's looking pretty simple, pretty easy. Oh yeah, there was some kind of jump thing. I missed this when I played it the first time. Let me see if I can remember. See what L. And I missed it again. No use crying over spilled milk. No use crying over spilled blood. I didn't get that. I should have read the instructions there. Alright, we almost at the boss. Good morning, sir. Don't do that. Don't shoot arrows at me like from across the screen. It's pretty pathetic, sir. Alright, so even here, you know, this is a big ass area. And there's no FPS drops. So I would say probably, if I had to calculate, maybe 10% of the game, you'll have areas where it'll drop. But again, I'm not, you know, a genius at that kind of thing. Alright, let me kill this guy as much so he can transform. And then, hurt him at least. Oh, you sick bastard. Hurt him enough where he can transform. So you guys can see if there's any drops in frames, you sick bastard. Oh, I rolled. I pressed the roll button. Oh, am I dead? Oh, shit. So let me fight him again, because I want him to transform so we can see the... I did pretty good on my first try, but right now it's a little hard to see the screen completely. All right, let me back this up a little bit. That's easier for me. All right. Hopefully you guys can still see it, because I can see it now. And we're going to go down here. Okay. That was some weird FPS drops. That looked like maybe a shader issue, a shader loading issue, because I loaded the level again. Huh? Sir, I didn't know you guys were here. I did not know you guys were here. I'm sorry. Oh. Difficult ass game. Oh. Massive damage! How many enemies? Excuse me. I'm rolling. Rolling is safe. How many bastards? Oh, shit. Oh, I died again. Alright, we got some weird flickering going on. That's something interesting, because that didn't happen before, but that's worth noting. Let me see if I can emulate that again. So if you see any weird graphical bugs like that, that's probably because of the She graphics. Yeah, look. Okay. In a particular position here. Look, zoom this in a little bit so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Because I just noticed this now. I didn't see this before. See, in this area, in a particular position, we have strange flickering. I don't know what's that about. But because the person specifically mentioned that he wanted to play this particular game, I definitely want to point out that this is happening. Not sure what caused it. Wasn't doing that the first time I was here in this area. But it's doing that now. And not sure how to explain it. But it's worth mentioning. Okay, I got to get back in a position where I can see what the hell is going on. Oh, what happened? And it just crashed because I touched the screen. Why did I do that? Anyways, that shouldn't have crashed. So is it playable? I would say yes and no. Because if it just crashes from me touching the screen, which is equivalent to me using the mouse, then that's not good. But the thing about this graphics card, the She graphics, it needs a lot of updates. Like, not every game plays fine. For example, Doom Eternal. I just made a video on Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal was working great. Then Doom Eternal had an update just yesterday, and now I can't even get it to boot. So graphics have to have an update. It's just like Nvidia. Nvidia graphics, some things just aren't gonna run, or some things did run. If there's like some kind of update, it can negate the whole setup, and then Intel has to come out with another update. So now that I see that it does crash, because it hasn't done that the first time I played it. Like as you saw, I made it to the boss and everything, and it didn't do any of that. So now that I see that it does crash, and it does have this weird flickering, but it seems to be this area only. Yeah, see, it didn't do that anywhere else. But it does have some weird flickering, and it does crash. So now that we know that, I don't want to say that this is playable 100% yet, okay? I would say wait until there's some more updates. Like I could do another video on this now that I have the game. When there's another graphics update, and then we'll know for sure. But as of right now, if you're getting this just for this game, yeah, then you don't want to get this. Oh, I see what that, okay, I know what that flickering is. It's some kind of electricity. Some kind of graphical thing from in here. From fighting the boss the first time. So, that's weird. It's not doing that in here, though. I wonder if I could block his shit. Oh, you can't block his shit. Come on, man. Can we talk about this? Oh, it's doing it in here, too. Yeah, I don't know what that flickering stuff is, guys, but it wasn't happening before. But if you're getting this game just for this, then you are getting it with the flickering and everything. So that's something to keep in mind. And this is a legitimate copy of it from Steam. So it's not like a pirated version. I'm trying to get the guy to transform, but I cannot survive long enough. Keep running out of energy. Why was this so easy the first time? Why? Maybe because I got a couple of free hits the first time. I had a couple of free hits off of his ass while he was sitting down. Sorry guys for the camera jumping around. If you play this game, then you know it's not easy to stay still while playing this. Oh yes, he transforms. See, there's no drops in frames over here when he's transformed. Maybe a little bit. Oh! Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a cheating amount of health you just took. That is a cheating, bastardly amount of health. Oh, come on, you can't dodge that? Ah. Well, there it is, guys. Now, this is while running it in 20 watt TDP. So this is not the default TDP. And it's not the max TDP. So keep that in mind. I only like playing games in 15 watt TDP or at maximum 20 watt TDP, which is 5 more TDP than stock. So anything after that, I don't know anything about. So just because you see it doing like this kind of performance on my 1GX Pro doesn't mean that this is the best you can get. I mean, you got to remember also that the 1GX Pro has an eGPU. It has two Thunderbolt 3 ports, two Thunderbolt 4 ports. So you can technically, if you wanted to, plug in this eGPU here, which I have a RTX 2080 Super, and play any game. But in the interest of playing stuff on the go, with 20 watt TDP or lower, this is the performance you'll be looking to get. I mean, you won't be looking to get, but this is the performance you would get if you got this today. But what I'm trying to say is that doesn't mean that this is the extent of the performance. I mean, you can't beat crashing, you can't dodge. Graphical glitches, you can't dodge, because that has to do with the Intel update. But performance, you can get better performance if you wanted to. But since this game maxes at only 60 FPS, it's not going to be much better by increasing the TDP. But you can increase the TDP. I think this This card can go up to I believe 35 watts. But if you're on the go, that's going to be extreme drain of your battery. And instead of increasing TDP, if you're not going to be on the go, if you're going to be inside anyway, and you're only looking at 1 hour or 45 minutes of battery, then you might as well plug it into an eGPU and, you know, play everything at max settings. That's the way I feel. That's why I don't really like messing with the TDP. I stay at 15 or 20. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. That's Dark Souls 3. There's no DLC or anything, just the original game. And I bought it specifically to make this video, and I will probably be messing with it a lot more in the future, and I'll hold on to it in case there's some more Intel graphics updates, Intel Shi graphics. But as far as right now, that's the best you're gonna get with 20 watt TDP. You're gonna get some weird graphical bugs, which I didn't notice until I made this video. You might get crashes, which seems to trigger. The only time it crashes when I turn my screen by accident sideways and the orientation changed. But when the orientation changes, it also changes the resolution without going in the menu and changes it back. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it. And then the second time it crashed, I touched the screen, which is supposed to act as a mouse. So I don't see why that would crash it. But it didn't natively crash. So I don't know. It's an experiment. I'll mess around with it more when I'm not on video, and write in the comments if I got any more success with it in terms of it not crashing and stuff. But other than that, I mean, it's somewhat playable, not 100%. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and catch you guys later.